Hello, and thank you for joining me for the second part of your video. And this is you've chosen to have a luxury deconstructed living room. Luxury deconstructed living room. There's a reminder of your living room. I'm sure you have it already. And by now you would have printed everything out, and that's fantastic. So you've printed all the things out. And remember, I gave you a lifestyle scenario looking at the lives of Guy and Penelope, and this is their living room. And as I said, you don't have to be Guy and Penelope, and this doesn't have to be your story, but it's just to help you to have context for this. So now we're going to look at how we put this together. This is the really exciting bit. Oh my goodness, I get so excited at this part. This is a part that I absolutely love, telling you how you can make this happen, how this can become a reality. So you transform your home, taking this from this into your whole living space. This becomes a reality for you. Now, the first thing you need to look at, I have two keys. Now, the key is just the overview. The key is just the overview. So you have a UK key and you have a US key. And so the reason why we have a UK key and a US key, as you can see, I am in the UK, and so all the products and the product suppliers are actually in the UK. So I've got UK product suppliers, but I know that that will relate as well to people that are in Europe. So if you're in any part of Europe, you'll probably have very similar suppliers to the ones that I can source readily here in the UK. So you'll have similar ones, I should imagine, in different parts of Europe as well as the UK. If you're in America, that's why I have a UK key, a US key as well. So if you're in America or the US or any part of the Americas, so you will probably have very similar suppliers, because they supply not just the US, but they supply all the different parts of the North America, South America, all the different types of America, of the Americas as well. So you will be able to relate to the US key. So that's why I've done a UK key for UK and Europe, and a US key for the USA and the Americas as well. So you'll be able to relate to both of them, or you can mix them if you wish. Okay. So that's the important thing. And so another thing now, once you print it out, this is your gold dust. This is what I call a working mood board. This is your working mood board. By now, you should have ordered everything. Give yourself 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, to order all of your samples. Now, on the key, you've got the UK side and we've got the US side. Okay. When you look at that initially, you will look and you'll think, they don't seem to be the same products. Now, as I said, we've got different suppliers, different manufacturers. The products are pretty much, I would say, near as damn it the same thing. They just got different names, but the items are pretty much the same. Now, with some things like the flooring, you may think the sizes are slightly different. Yes, there may be slight variations in sizes of things because, as I say, we have different manufacturers. But I, as your designer, have chosen those items because I still believe that they will create the look that we need to achieve. So the look that we need to achieve to create this look, there may be slight differences when you look at the two keys, because I know we can't help but look at both. And if you're really a bit worried, you think, oh no, I'm going to order it from UK. A lot of the times you can order it from UK, but it's going to cost you more because they have to deliver it to wherever you are if you're in the Americas. But generally you can find, if you trust that I have chosen things that will still give you pretty much the same outcome as you would have as possible. So pretty much the same outcome you will get to achieve this look. So do not be worried about having different manufacturers, different suppliers, and also slight variances in sizes of the products. Do not worry about that. The overall feel and the look and the outcome will be near as damn it that. That is what you will get. Absolutely, that is what you will get. So I want you to trust the process. The end result will be magnificent. Well, magnificent. Now, the other thing I said, now when you're ordering your items, if you can go into store, you'll be able to get them quicker. And also it won't cost you anything. Sometimes when you're ordering the items, you will be charged. Okay, they'll levy a charge to actually post these to you. So I will say, if you can go into the store and get the items, please go in and pick them up. And also when you're there as well, you may see an item and the item may be maybe as a particular color that I've said, go for this particular paint color. Okay, and you may look at that paint color and you may think, oh, I quite like the other one. If you're going to do that, please get the item that I've asked you to get, but also I will give you a little bit of leeway, because it's okay to have a little bit of leeway. So I can say you get something that's slightly darker and slightly lighter if you wish. If you wish. It will still be okay. Now, in the case of paint, that might work quite well with the paint, okay? But don't get more than 3 little match pots of paint. Don't get more than 3. Don't go crazy. 3 will be more than enough. If you get the one that I've told you, if you just get that one, fine. And you might want to get a little bit lighter or a little bit darker. That's okay as well. Get the match pots, okay? Now, when you get the match pots, please do not paint squares of colours directly onto your walls. Don't do that. It will not work very well for you because it'll be quite discouraging, okay? What you need to do is to get, what I do, I get, do you know, a roll of old wallpaper, okay? And on the reverse of it, where the blank side, then I paint a huge square with that match pot, because in that little match pot, it covers so much. You get lots and lots and lots in there, absolutely lots. And so you get this huge, you can get a huge amount on there, so you can get a huge piece of colour of paper and paint it, okay, with your match pot. And the reason why I'm doing this sort of action, okay, is because to get a flat look, you have to paint it across and also like in a hatch, you know, rather than just doing it like that, otherwise you'll just get runs. So that's why when I'm doing this painting action, I do this sort of thing, just so you know, for painting a flat area, okay? So paint it on that. Then get that piece of paper, that large piece of paper, and then stick that with a piece of masking tape, stick it onto your wall. And then you can take it away whenever, because people are going to be using your home, okay? So for people using your home, you're going to be using your home, you don't want to have blocks of colour on your wall for weeks and weeks, months and months. You don't want that, okay? Just stick it on the paper, and then you can take the paper away and you can still use your home as normal whilst you're gathering all your samples together to be able to create your working mood board, okay? To be able to create your working mood board. Gather all the samples together. As I say, give yourself 2 weeks. Less if you want to just, you know, just go for it and pick up most of it yourself. That's fine. You might be able to get them in within a week. That's wonderful. Once you've got all the pieces together, I would say look at them in situ. Look at them in situ. Obviously, things like lighting, you're going to get just pictures of those. Things like flooring pieces, if you go and collect it, they'll be able to give you probably a big piece of flooring, and that's wonderful. Fabric samples, you can go and get samples of that, take them away, and put them all together so you can see what the whole scheme looks like together. And that's when it starts getting really exciting. And I'm telling you, it's going to take your breath away. Just when you see everything together, it's just going to look amazing. It might be a little bit overwhelming, so you might need to take a little breath and take a step back, because we're going to do this. This is real, and it gets very, very real when you see everything in front of you. Now, the first thing, as I say, keep the paint samples or wallpaper samples in the vertical, because that's how you're going to view them. floor samples, it might be great to have it on the table in front of you in the horizontal and you can look at it. But I would say put the floor sample on the floor because that's how it's going to be viewed. And to leave it there at different times of the day so you can see how the light falls on it, whether it's going to be artificial light or it's going to be natural daylight. So you can see how it's going to look at different times of day. So you get to get an idea of how this is going to look in your space, because we all have different lighting, whether we're north facing, south facing, or east facing, or even what country you're in. You know, in England, most of the time, it's overcast, unfortunately. So we have much more of a grey light. If you're in, you know, certain parts of maybe the southern parts of the US, you have this glorious sort of warm, sort of ambient, you know, sort of light that floods through, and so you get what we would love in the UK, to get this wonderful bathing of sunlight most of the time. So the lighting for your room will look a lot more brighter and lighter than we would get in the UK. So just to bear in mind, this scheme here, I think that is taken sort of more in the evening, so the lights are a little bit more subdued. So this is probably what it would look most of the time in the daytime in the UK for us, you know, but still beautiful, still wonderful, still beautiful. So the thing to do when you start to put this scheme together, okay, there are certain elements that you can create yourself. This fitting, yes, you can look at YouTube and you can find a lot of these things and how to do it yourself, you know. But I would say I'm going to go the part DIY, part trade route, because I would get trade in to do a really smooth job. This is a gold scheme and we want it to be the best it can possibly be. And whether or not you're going to just do half of the room and that's big enough for your living space, that's wonderful, or the whole scheme, that's up to you. Now this is how we set about doing it, okay? First of all, in the ceiling here, we have, we paint the ceiling first. Okay, so the ceiling is painted first, and then around there we have got what I call architectural detailing. Now, if you don't have architectural detailing, you can put in plain architectural detailing. That will work really beautifully in this scheme, or you can get it as ornate as possible. If I angle just in my room here, I've got what you call plain cornicing, very plain, and I'll just tilt it a little bit there. Can you still see there? You can see just a little bit of my chandelier. I've got plain architectural detailing there. So that's the plainest you can get, completely plain, okay? Or you can get it ornate and as big and as deep and ornate as you wish. It won't make any difference. In this room, you can go from plain to ornate and it will still work. That's the beauty of this room. It will still work, okay? Just stick to the color scheming that I've specified and the actual finishes of the paints. That's very important because that determines how the light hits the detailing in your room. So it's important for you to stick to, if I said satin or if I said matte or gloss or whatever, stick to the ones that I've said. Just stick to that. Even if you change the colors slightly, please stick to the finishes, because the finishes create the texture and the texture begin to create the atmosphere and the ambience that you want in this room, okay? So that's really important. So the first thing you're going to start by painting the ceiling first. Once you've painted the ceiling, then you paint the walls. Once you paint the ceiling and the walls, then you can go in and you can start installing the electrics. Now, if you decide you install the electrics first, that's fine, but you need to cover them. You need to make sure they're completely covered before you do any painting, okay? So if you're going to install the electrics first, if you need to chase the electrics through the walls, okay, then obviously that needs to be done first. And then you need to paint, get it plastered and then paint over it, okay, before installing anything else. Once you've done the ceiling and the walls and the electrics have been put in place. Then you're obviously you're going to be doing your trims at the windows, etc., skirting boards, that's done. Then the floor is going to be laid. Then you're going to be doing the flooring. Once the flooring is done, then you can install your window treatments. Okay, you're going to install your window treatments, and then you're going to put the furniture in place, and you're done. That's it. It's not as complicated. And if you need to play it over and over to find out how we do it, ceilings, then we're going to do the wall electrics, walls, okay. Then we're going to do the flooring, then the window treatment, and then put the furniture in, and we're done. Okay, so that's the way we do it. If you're going to get a project manager, this is gold. This is your working mood board. Your working mood board. Once you've got all your items ordered and they're in place, you're ready to go, then you'll be able to schedule. Now, this is an important thing that you need to listen very carefully. When it comes to scheduling, the furniture, if you're ordering the furniture is going to take the longest. I guarantee you, it will take anything from 1 month to 3 months for your furniture to arrive. From 1 to 3 months. That's just the way it is with furniture. I don't know why it takes that long, but it does. 1 to 3 months when it comes to scheduling. This is very important. Once you find out when it's going to arrive, you write it down. Write down when things are going to arrive, okay? If they're out of stock, if they say, oh, that will take us 3 weeks to deliver that to you. If it's out of stock, you need to find out when it's in stock. Then when it arrives back in stock, then it's going to take 3 weeks from when it arrives back in stock. Do you understand? So so that piece could take 6 weeks to arrive because it's been out of stock for 3 weeks. Then it arrives, then it takes the lead time from there. That's how that works, just so you're not shocked. So the furniture generally gets ordered first. It's good to order it first. You might think, what if I order it first and it arrives before I finish? No. When you order things first, you tell them when you want it delivered. They can hold things in storage for you. So you tell them when you want it delivered. Okay? And you can change the delivery time on them. So if you say, I need it delivered in 4 weeks, okay, and if it arrives in 4 weeks and you're not ready, you can say, you can say, I need it delivered in 2 more weeks, okay? Just don't change it too often on it, but so long as you keep them informed, furniture companies are really quite good with holding stock. They just really want the sale, to be quite honest. So you don't need to really worry about that, okay? So that's really important. Write down, this is your goal, this is your Bible. You need to write everything down on here. Make all your notes on here so you know exactly when things are going to arrive. With me, I've printed things double-sided. Yes, it saves paper, but also it just keeps things more succinct, okay? And so I have so that's why I say you need to print this out. This is something that's really difficult to do on your phone or your laptop, okay? And you want to be able to just pull it out of your bag and just have it with you, and also to be able to print up as many copies as possible. And you can scan as well. You can scan them as you're making notes, and also you can give items to different manufacturers and say, I need this item, can you give me this item, if you're not explaining yourself properly, or you can scan it over to them via an email. There's lots of things you can do with this, okay? So it's really important to print this out, okay, and make your notes on that. Another thing to be aware of, yes, you know the lead times. Once you know the lead times of when things are going to arrive, then you can set about putting together your schedule of work of how long things will take. So if you know this is going to be 1 week, this is a month, this is 3 months, then you can schedule things and you can decide, okay, bearing in mind how I said how you're going to decorate your room, how it's going to be implemented. Now, if you're going to be doing the part DIY, part trade, that you're going to be the project manager if you're going to be doing it that way yourself. So you're going to be project managing this, okay? If you're going to do it full trade, then you just need to hand this over and your tradesperson will tell you how long things are going to take. So what they will generally do, they will get everything ordered and they will get everything delivered within a window, and then they will probably be able to do everything within 3 weeks. So they will put everything into your home, and within 3 weeks they will hand over this, and this will be, as they call, turnkey ready for you to move in. Everything's done for you. So this would only take you, this room would probably be out of action 3 weeks at the most if you hand it over to somebody to do for you. If you're going to do it yourself, you're going to be doing a lot of construction DIY bits yourself, then this room will probably take you 3, even 4 months to do. And just for you to be aware, that's the time frame, and it's a realistic time frame for you to be able to do this yourself, okay? So that's what I would say in order to do this, to put this together. But once you've got everything scheduling, this is the important thing. This is your working mood board, this is your Bible, this is your schedule of works to get everything done. Write your prices on there. Everything can be written on there. This is everything that you will need, okay, to take along with you. Also, a wonderful thing, if you go to the stores, you can find out, especially with furniture, you may find something that's on display. Maybe they can sell you the display piece at half price. Money saved in one area is money where you can splash out in another area, or just save the money, full stop. That's what I say. Find out when their sales are, when they have half price sales. And that is a fantastic thing that you can do. Also, you can find out if there's going to be discontinued pieces that they can sell to you, or a lot of areas that they have, as well as discontinued pieces. Showroom pieces are great pieces that you can. Showroom pieces usually have a little bit of soiling on them, then you can get them cleaned. Okay, that's something to know. On the subject of cleaning, obviously with Deconstructed pieces, if you're going to buy them from the store, please buy the they have fabric cleaning service, or a fabric cleaning insurance that you can buy along with it. Please get that, because they will do that for years for you, and it's more than worth it. It's such a low price, and also it stops you being so precious about your furniture once it's installed. Because once you've got your beautiful room, you think, oh my goodness, I want anybody to sit on my furniture, and what if we have a party and somebody spills red wine or drops food on it or something like that. Accidents do happen, but all you need to do is phone up the fabric care team, where you bought your sofa from or your items from, and they will come along and they'll just clean it for you, no problem. And usually they give you a little DIY kit, and you can do it yourself as well, or you can just have it cleaned in situ. So generally with items like this, it has to be cleaned in situ, but it's good to get that service along with it. Usually they get it, if you made it yourself or you're constructed it yourself, you can buy upholstery kits. You can buy them from Amazon, or cleaning kits for furniture, or you can actually phone up a company. There's companies that come and they clean your furniture for you, and they do a wonderful job. You'll be absolutely amazed. And it may be a company that you use that when you're actually, maybe you're doing a DIY servicing and maybe you want to clean it yourself, get it cleaned, they will come in, and they're the same company that will come in and clean a second-hand piece or an antique piece that you've deconstructed yourself. They will come back and they will clean and remove stains from it as well as you're using it. So that's a really good contact to have, and really good. It's just a piece of a nugget of information that you need to keep in your mind, because it will make sure that you will enjoy it and you will use it and not be overly precious about it, because it is a deconstructed piece. And yes, it's a luxury piece, but you don't have to worry. You can keep it clean and keep it looking amazing. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. As I said, make notes to schedule and to put this together. Now, once you have done that, okay, this is something that I'd like you to do for me, please. please drop me a little email on the website and let me know how it went, how your finished piece went. And if you can attach pictures of your finished room, if you want to attach pictures of your before room, I don't mind. But if you attach pictures of your after room, and let me know how you enjoyed the process, just drop me a little note. And with your permission, if I can put the picture onto my website to let people know how their room can be transformed, that would be wonderful. If you don't want me to use it, if you just want me to privately have it, I'll be happy with that as well. Just let me know if you give me your permission to use it on my website. If not, it doesn't matter. It'd be wonderful for me just to have a file for it, of it for myself, to be able to know that I've been able to provide a service that has given you just a wonderful outcome. Please do that for me. I'd really be excited just to be able to see all of these wonderful interiors come to fruition. Now, I know that this luxury deconstructed living room is going to change your story. And I know it will change your life. And I've had so much fun putting this consultation together, and I have put together many more consultations, and I'm working on them continually. Please have a look at the website and see all the other consultations that are in waiting, and they're going to be coming up as well as the ones that you can actually go ahead and get for the rest of your home as well. If you decide that you want to do deconstructed in other rooms, I'm sure you'll be able to see that on the website, because there'll be other deconstructed in other parts of the room, as other parts of your home as well. If you want to go completely different style, what I say for rule of thumb, stick to 4 colours. 4 colours. 4 colours is my general rule of thumb. If you can see here, it doesn't really go outside of a 4 colour palette. You can go outside of it if you wish, but I'm just saying, if you're going to do a different style in different rooms, to tie the rooms together, because they're going to be different styles, stick to the same 4 colours throughout your home, and that will the colour scheme ties the rooms together. So you don't need to worry. You don't have to have deconstructed in all of the rooms. You can just have it in one room, but have the same colour scheme in another room, and that will tie it all together, and it'll be absolutely wonderful. This journey will change your story, and this journey will change your life. I'm so excited and happy that you've chosen to start this journey, or to continue the journey if you've already done one already, because I know this is going to be wonderful. I look forward to hearing from you, and please enjoy. Thank you.